Good day and welcome to the program Midday Show, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and the same way so they get you live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Mina Adeyemi Jackson, where they bring this edition of the program Midday Show come to you. Like all time inside the program, we get plenty news, information, reports and music day inside the program, so continue for day with me for the next 1 hour. The program and Midday Show. Inside the program today, I hope for joined at the studio by Mariama Sise, Climate Youth Advocacy Coordinator and Action Aid, where go can talk about the role where Action Aid on they play for address climate change and also protect the environment. Continue we go onboard the program and Midday Show. You can be part of the program by way you go send message to the number 0779819181 or go navigate the Democracy Facebook page. Also, you go drop your comments or question on the issue where we discuss inside the program, and also we YouTube page. Also, you go follow the program live. The program and Midday Show. The program Midday Show they continue, and inside the program we start for look at issues them outside the National Secretary General for Kenema Old Student Association, Kosa Ibrahim Sawane say the reason why the organization take why go courts because they refuse to publish the first term senior prefect for Kenema Government Secondary School in 2025 was results. A talk this is one interview with Radio Democracy where also a talk about concern them where then get for Sika where WAEC released but later all back the first senior prefect was result. Well, for more on this, we could join with reporter Master Soiree.
Plenty time after the West African Senior School Certificate Examination was, WAEC released some results them, we according to explanation where they can gain at that. Some of the students them where they can seize the results them can involve per examination malpractice, and sometimes they can set up committee for investigate and release some results them. But some they not can release them. One of the victims them of this situation na Unfa Lamin Kamara, first term senior prefect, Government Secondary School Kenema, where it was inside May 2025. But then we end up for seize in results where this situation now one where the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education don't they follow. Inside Radio Democracy Good Morning Salon program, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, talk about what he know about this issue.
The student take an exam. I think he gets an issue with the exams. So they withhold the results. I don't know the student. I don't know in fine details, but the school be contact me, tell me say this student here when WAEC they meet, then releasing results. And then they want me for going on media, go talk to this person and get the best result in the country. As is normally the case with any professional, I decided to do a due diligence. So I went back to WAEC. WAEC tell me, say, no, then get reason why I make them withhold the result. And I not for do that. And they invite me to an award ceremony. The award ceremony, they not tell me who that will give award. They not give me no names, no nothing. So I went in genuinely, the person come up. They give me certificate. I presented the certificate to the person. Person in acceptance speech, now he talk about this issue we get with WAEC. Again, as a consummate professional, I decide for contact my chief education officer and ask him for an update. He tell me say that nobody in result withheld. Immediately I contact the organizers. I've been at the same event. I contact the organizers and I ask the organizers them for withdraw the award they from the Boboyan.
This situation don't bring beaucoup controversy, and now it all reach court level. Government Secondary School Kenema, now the school where the students be seats, wey make all boys dem at the school get interest na this matter, as im be get the best result according to the results wey WAEC be produce. But after wey dem don seize im results back, Kenema Old Students Association (KOSA) bin take up this issue. But how e don tale, the National Secretary General for Kenema Old Students Association, Ibrahim Sawane, explain.
After they don't investigate, interestingly, they released all the results, including this result we did talk about. They released all. So impliedly, it means say they not get anything against any of the candidates. Then the results will then be seized. So immediately when they release these results, one of the results now be we former senior prefect in results. When they release another website, when we see them, now the best results now the country, 6 A's, I think 2 B's, 2 B, B2 and 1 B3, something like that. So we write back to them and tell them, say, now that you don't release this result, this based on all the results they all don't see in the country is the best result. Now acknowledge the boy and the school as the best. I think 2 or 3 weeks after we make that request, then they cancel the results. The result was no longer on their website. They not talk to anybody. They're not giving any reason, nothing in writing. And so we were concerned. We say, we ask you, look into this matter, release the results. You investigated and you released the results. Then when we ask you for acknowledgement as the best school and the best performing candidate for that exam year, you cancel the result without giving any explanation.
But with all this, the problem not still solve it. With this matter, don't go court now. Ibrahim Sawane explain more on this.
We tell and say, if that's not the case, we can't fight you. We can't force you to do otherwise. Let's go to court. The current status now that the Bobo don't appoint the national president for the association, when Ibrahim Dean, for act as an attorney. Then the Bobo don't bring an action against WAEC for many other things wey don't happen. Unfortunately, why is this saga they on, releasing, not releasing, cancellation, withholding, or what have you? The Bobo in Papa sick. And one of the things we continue for say, why is he then a sick bed? Now this result, me pikin don't pass now the best students, and now WAEC don't seize the result without giving any reason. This now an exceptional boy. I not go say now juniors, because I not go get the tools where it take for determine who this kind of person is. But this person will never can second from primary school up to SS3. He's smart, he is good, he has never involved in any examination malpractice. So the status that we're in court, and we expect WAEC for putting a defense if at all then get, because the law, that cap 109 of the laws of Sierra Leone, where creates WAEC, it give WAEC the power for bring case against anybody, and anybody say can bring case against WAEC. WAEC not to an untouchable institution. If they go outside of the mandate of the law, you get the right for bringing them kind of cause.
As all this they be, waiting at the situation of Umfa Lamin Kamara, when are the students, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Conrad Saki, explain.
My understanding, it was a mistake on someone na WAEC hand, but the committee we meet, the decision where the committee make was that the Bobo in result should be withheld, and that is the official position of WAEC. The fact that they get a situation where they release the results, it's an unfortunate one, but they stand very firmly with the decision of the committee. The Bobo, as far as I understand, is that there was a group of other people, I think the Lebanese community in Kenema, they don't offer for support the Bobo for take the exam back. Okay. And myself, they offer, say, I go one for mentor the Bobo. Because let me tell you one thing, everybody where I don't know the Bobo, I don't know him, I don't even know his name. But one thing I can tell you, everybody where I don't talk to about this Bobo, then they tell you, say, now a brilliant student.
Radio Democracy. Been try forget WAEC the young side of this matter, but not be get person for respond. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mastan Soare the report.
The program program na midday show and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As I mentioned earlier, my studio guest this afternoon Marina Cisse, we are climate youth advocacy coordinator na Action Aid Salon as he did for talk about the role of Action Aid in addressing climate change and other issues them we get for do with the environment with key areas them on climate justice, education empowerment and inclusive participatory governance and other one them. Good afternoon and welcome to the program Midday Show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Adeyemi. Thank you for inviting me here.
Okay. That time is studio guest this afternoon. We name now Marina Cisse and they work for Action Aid Salon. Before we can start for talk about the key thing where you come at the program for refresh the minds of listeners. We talk of Action Aid Salon, a name we very common, we very popular. Yeah. But again, which an area of in terms of work and other things, which basically what they do.
Okay, so Action Aid, just like how you say, not to a picking name. Action Aid, it all necessarily for the past 20 years now. So we work towards social justice. We want for not only we want, but we work for eradicate poverty. And when we say poverty, we mean the injustice. We want for promote women's rights. We begin them as well as working with young people them. We want for see that say we community them. They get all the basic amenities that we will make them safe, they feel belong and know for say that they part of the society. So Action Aid don't really try. We don't push for a lot of policies them. They also empower the young people then as well as women them. We go see say now in the area or the communities them where Action Aid they work. We women they able for say map one for also demand for the rights, for demand for issues them where they need for be addressed na the communities. We they see say we young people themselves, we picking themselves, they get access to good education, which the part of we priority has always been part of we priority for us to say we community get the quality educations the way they deserve, because we know say we communities then are people then they we key to we and we they see say sometimes we tend for forget what them outside and day. So Action Aid they make sure say we communities then be prioritized and we make sure say we eradicate poverty. So about to say, oh, not this poverty. The poverty where we mean not only money. We mean for me we get justice. We mean for say we communities they forget access to water, they forget access to food, they forget access to their own rights for also demand for things that way for happen for development in their communities there. So now that kind of poverty where they talk about poverty where they make for say we communities they go talk and they go also get access and also them for participate. Not only for made and talk, but we want for let it be included in all leadership or decision-making processes.
Okay. You don't explain about the role and function of Action Aid Salon. Let me come to the key area where you come the program for. You know the Climate Youth Advocacy Coordinator in Action Aid.
Yes.
What's basically that you work? What's your department about?
Okay, so Action Aid gets we priority where they run from 2024 to 2028. One they do with empowering education empowerment. The other one they do with inclusive governance, participatory. The other one now who side me following the climate resilience for sustainable livelihood. We want me or we department they ensure for say we commitments to climate and also to we communities then for say we advocate for policies them we go make for say they address issues around climate change and they also make they aware and able for withstand or mitigate climate crisis the way they happen within the community. We all know for say climate is not a new phenomenon again. We don't they aware of them. And we want we community for aware and not only for aware but for me they stand firm for mitigate and also they part of the processes there where them voices they will be heard for me they also share the reality where they face. Climate come as a surprise to we communities then because why make I say it kind as a surprise? You go to a community, you see that they suffer for their livelihood. You know, we get to a backyard gardener when we women them. We say, so then we be the predictor, they say, rain they can't this thing. But now it don't even difficult for predict who's then rainy season. And we communities, they don't know really for say, this was a thing, this not an issue. That they think and for say, okay, this so then God don't vex for we. So we get a commitment from we community they know for say, this not an issue. And we want for make them know for say, then they contribute little. We get with global North countries, the way they contribute higher to climate change, and we want for make them demand justice so that then go themselves go get we Sierra Leone or we community just also contribute little to climate change. We want for make them get then your justice. Because if you contribute little, but you they get the greater impact, it is right time we get people the way they help you for voice out for let you demand justice, so that they will get the good service. People then go pay back for all the damages the way they don't pay in the community, as well as they go get the capacity, that now the knowledge for me they know for say, oh, this now an issue. So now we back able to stand firm for mitigate the climate hazard the way they happen in our community.
Okay, for listeners out there and viewers of Radio Democracy, for better understanding, when you talk about climate change, what's not climate change?
Well, climate change is just in a simple term. Now, when weather don't change, when I be small, we get what they call abidegi, or we witness how they say, okay, in when it's August or July, we get 7 days rain. Now, it had for less 7 days, or for less it won't come. So this is part of climate change. We they get landslide, mudslide. It's all the change in weather pattern. Now we call climate change. And the climate change, now we get what we call the ozone layer. We human activities there don't go deplete the ozone layer. You they see say now the sun self being we uncontrollable. The way the sun they hot, they even think say it's like say the sun on top me head na day. You go there inside room or the place the heat we go there na net they find it difficult for them we sleep. So these are all parts of climate change. And we also they see say even see some sickness then the way they come. Climate change not only go cause because of the weather or maybe but even sickness. They come up from climate change because a lot of heat and you see say you become restless.
Okay. You don't get a definition about climate change. What are the causes of climate change? And in any way, human beings get impact towards the cause of climate change?
Yes. So now we activities them all with it, just like I said.
What are the activities?
Okay, so with the talk of, let's say for instance, how they cut down we freeze them, with the burn fossil fuel, when I done we see they say that fossil fuel, they say the petrol, this, that, and they all they use, they go up here. Then we they see them big industrial, that the machine the way they use, all them smoke the way they go up. These are the activities them what we they do where they be say the climate's not go good for we. And you they see we mining activities them as well. They mine at the ground, these are all parts of the activities that what they do where go cause the climate change.
So, you talk about mitigating factors and also how somebody or how we as community people can able to address the issue of climate change.
Okay, so for we communities or for we own way for mitigate. One I just talk so we the campaign for go towards renewable energy, and if we say we the practice then they we able for mitigate. One we use with solar. Second we able get we stop for use we fossil fuel, stop for cuts we take them, and if they cut we take them we place them, we practice afforestation so that we go see say we go able for stand firm, and then we able for push for, let's say we come together for big, let's say if we don't send afforestation, we go plant back we freeze them, and we put policies them in place. We go stop there we illegal activities them, like for mining, just illegal mining anywhere you want for mining, go mine there. And then we also ensure for say we prepare well. How you go prepare? Like we can see say we're in season they come, we get floodings the way they happen along the city, along with communities them. So if we they get say for say flooding they come, we stop for to way or also backfill, then water waste them. So at the end of the day, we go mitigate the hazard of the climate change we go cause. And then we can see for say fire outbreak like can happen. People the way they are around an area, then they or maybe where they heap fire out of control along the way. We can also see say we ensure we put things them in place. First, we just can't heap fire. We go make the other places them at the color. We go to call the fire belts. If not community way so prone to fire disaster, we practice fire belt. You brush here where time reach, so that when you leave fire at the other side, you're not going to cross na the particular place where we go destroy the community as a whole. So we get a lot of things that we will put in place where from where we mitigate the hazard of climate change as a community.
Continue for the way it's been at the program. In name na Marina Cisse, and in our climate youth advocacy coordinator on Action Aid Salon. When we come back to look at the different areas where your department they look at in terms of addressing climate change in the country. The program midday show they continue inside the program. They look at another issue. Also, the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, say the proposed 100-bed hospital where government through the Ministry of Health they build in Moyamba district get facility them for train well body workman there on different speciality and serve make people get quality access to healthcare service in the country. Dr. Austin Dembi talk this is our interview to get a democracy where if they talk about the site visit where a go do na Moyamba district. We reporter Karifa to come to get more and gonna reports.
One part the commitment stem of the President Julius Malema Bio under the Human Capital Development na for give strength to healthcare infrastructure in the country. Where this na for make the country get more than health facility them, not only na Freetown, but also na rural community them. For sake of this make this bien term, President Biobi asked the Ministry of Health for build 100-bed hospital na 3 districts them, where na Moyamba, Karina and Pujeun districts. Where this na for make people na rural community get quality access to healthcare service na the country. And this project se carry on now na the 3 districts them. Also the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, bigo waka na Moyamba district for know the status of this project.
So what they do now, they go around all in 3 locations and will see how the work done progress. So we don't come, this is my 3rd visit na Moyamba for see how much progress don't take place. And I'm really very impressed because today when I come, I don't see say this now truly a 100-bed facility with the build here.
Dr. Dembi continue for talk about the different facility them. Whether at the 100-bed hospital na Moyamba district.
We get 4 duplex systems as quarters on the property. We get a really good place for comradem. We get a place for delivery. We get a place for picking them. We get a place for intensive care. We get a place for woman them. We get a place for man them. We get a place for prevention services. We get a place for maculates them.
Electricity, water, and other things them. Na some pan the challenge them where government hospital and can get na the country. Make Abi ask the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Dembi, what is the provision them when don't make for address the challenge here na the proposed 100-bed hospital na Moyamba district.
Secondly, we want let this place be off-grid. If we link onto EDSA, let EDSA just help for charge battery them or we for standalone by solar energy. So what we try for do now for do a complete audit as to how much energy we go need now this kind of hospital here for today till 2030. So we don't project that in our able for build the kind of solar solution we not only helpful today, but it will helpful tomorrow and next tomorrow. At the same time, water is a really, really important issue for here. So we defend hydrologists that will go come survey the area, good one, and find the best spot for able for drill enough for reach the aquifer. The aquifer in a river where they underground. So if you're able for reach the aquifer, you get unlimited amount of water where you go use now. So we'll create a reservoir, we go store water, we get pump that we go distribute into all of the different side them, and we will get water independence now.
In carry on say they also they implement specialist training for doctor and nurse them wey go wan specialize in a different area than at the Moyamba Hospital.
You don't notice small bit in this country. First term, we just did train and graduate about 30 doctors a year. Now with the graduate, hopefully this year we'll graduate about 200, 250, 300. Well, we don't graduate all end up there. There are lots of free time for Sidon. We need for create place for them. We don't able for can practice their art and knowledge. So them hospital are now fully equipped hospital that we get. And we see also one make them become part of the teaching complex where you get residency program. We doctor they don't qualify as doctor, they want to specialist. Then we able to train now. So
Dr. Austin then be end up assure say the contractor then go hand over this 100-bed hospital in Moyamba district inside June this year for Radio Democracy. Mina Kaifa to contest the report.
Guess who's on the mic again? Accurate Jojo. And Fred, make we pledge with love and loyalty to the land that we love. Place where we call it home. Nami and you for me. Nami and you for make this country. Nami and you for build. Nami and you for build this country. Put silent first. Make we put we country first. Put silent first. Make we put we country first. Home sweet home. No place like home. No matter how far you don't go, no forget home. Make we every set and left for when we set. Make we all reset and left for dread we set. Make we love we set because we all know one. Let him kneeling back on our cooler. I say we all know one. Don't cock and cock so and madingo. I say we all know one. Holy neighbor, watching neighbor, loving neighbor. I say we all know one. Salute. Make we all Nami and you for me. Nami and you for make this country. Nami and you for build. Nami and you for build this country. Put silent first. Make we put we country first. Put silent first. Make we put we country first. You want to blue to the top, they tell you. Make we come together, work together for develop salon. Whether in a mendel in Batimini, Madingo so kisi kwanko. Shabo free your gun no fulla. All the different tribes, different cultures, different beliefs. When I want salon. Make we see no tribalism, favoritism. Forget about everything. Put salon first. United we stand, divided we fall. Teamwork, then go make we dreams and make we come together.
The program and midday show, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You can be part of the program by way go send message to the number 077-981-981 or go now we get the Democracy Facebook page and YouTube page. Drop a question or comment on the issue we will discuss today. As today inside the program, we will look at the role of Action Aid Salon in addressing climate change through youth advocacy activities and my studio guest now Marina Cisse, we now the climate youth advocacy coordinator Action Aid Salon. You don't talk about you basically you are office your department which one they do. Lord, look at key areas them. You work on climate justice, empowerment, education empowerment, and inclusive participatory governance. Before we can look into that, let me look into how young people basically involved in terms of addressing climate change.
Okay, so for a very key for young people them for them into climate actions, because we are the able-bodied people them, and we see say climate change they affect young people them a lot. It go also make them livelihood. They not get outside for waiting for do, and we see say then go also feel marginalized. It can make even young people that they even come on and community inside and they force them for relocate to other places the way they feel say go be better. So we think say young people are key into climate actions, and we want for CC then take active role for promote climate justice and also be inclusive. We not only want for see them they take active roles, but we want for let the policies and all other actions the way that they take towards climate change for be inclusive and participating with young people then. So like for we as Action Aid, we they work closely with young people then. Now then they demand now then they champion the actions them. Now then they demand change. Now then they part of all the decision making that for make we see say their voice then be heard, because you not go predict with the young people they want. Now only way to themselves, them voice them out. Now only way they speak up. Now only way they analyze or show for say, okay, this and this now we want. Now this and this go be what. Now this now if the knowledge day. Now this will go do the innovations the way they go put in place. Now this will go do we go promote climate change or climate
how
justice.
can bring young people into this?
Okay, so we get a young wing, where we youth-led wing, when at the global platform at Action Aid, and we get what we call the activistas them. So we sure say that space there now purely for young people them, that they come together, that they act, that they sit down and fight for put decision there in place. So that particular place, that particular youth-led movement, now we see say it's good and the young people that will come together, they mobilize themselves. That's basic purely there for them for say follow we the young people that we self come and show for say now this will want for me we do now these actions they will want for me. Action Aid push for me we the address or for me they include young people into decision making we go be better for we. So this is how we bring young people then together. If you look into with CSP, for me you know how Action Aid so committed in working with young people, they include them, they say they get the free will for me their voice out. The space is them open. And I make we get with you call that global platform. So that global platform they now so no your elder or any other young older adults they lead them. Not themselves, not them space that they come together. They mobilize. They go to maybe media or so they will go now the universities, then bring them. They say, but we'll get this space here where we can connect, you know, reflect and also point out issues that we need for be addressed for young people then. So this is how your Action they work with young people. They know they only say, okay, una come, but it give them a space force where they go mobilize themselves, you know, address or identify issues that we need for be addressed.
When you talk about inclusive and participatory governance, how Action Aid can go through this through your department?
No, in other parts of my department, but I would say as part of Action Aid, now one of the priorities them when are the inclusive and participatory government and governance. So when you say inclusive, we don't want for me one person. We want for promote, especially women there, for they into governance, for me them voice them be heard, for me they be inclusive into all decision making spaces, for let they part of policy process system, for me they ensure say even when they in the village then the government foresee them. So we they push for them into those spaces then. We they go into the communities then. We make sure say they get the capacity, understand within maybe policy formulations, what it mean for me women there, they part of these spaces then. For me they also voice that out. So when I say women, not only me saying that they part of the inclusive participatory governance, but we young people them as well. We don't want for left young people there being. We don't want them for shy away from any governance participate. We want also them for take the leadership for also ensure say that they into the spaces. We not they think of only political aspects. When we say governance, we want them within their own spaces there for champion issues them, for champion change, for voice out, not for sit down no more for say, okay, wait till I say no more, now this community now they happen. But we want for me them see them value. We want for me you see say even if you know to people living with disability, when you even if you are the minority, we
Because
call the
that
minority
next
group.
question. When you
yes.
when you talk of young people, now all categories of young people, including persons with disability.
Exactly. So I'll not be one for just like I say, but it better we go call and say, Lord, say the people living with disabilities, but we will not ever left them behind. And then we can call them minority groups. We would work hand in hand with them. So when I say young people, inclusive of everybody. Everybody gets a space and voices them. If you go now with communities, you go now with regions, the way they work here, they don't say they are all part of even the CSOs, the way they work with. We get the people living with disability and them all now they're part of that inclusive participatory governance. Then we want everybody, each and every human being get the rights for me in the into spaces and for me to speak for me issues the way they bother and for let it be addressed. So now one of the things that they do into participatory governance. Now that's
what about the education empowerment?
So the education empowerment, we want for quality education, we they give to we community, we picking them. We want for CC, we promote skills training as well as part of empowerment. Not only the one way they go right now, but as well as say we get other skills the way women them. Young people then go able for tap into where they go see say they go promote and we want for also empower young people we picking them for also champion changes them and also demand for the rights them. So we get a couple of projects that will they work around that day. We get one project with the UNICEF for end child marriage. So these are inside that end child marriage projects we get what we call skills building for young people for picking them so that then self go able for see the essence and also through the empowerment spaces then they go able for champion any change and they not go sit down be marginalized at all. Then we also get one project where they call girl-led research we picking them that they go lead the research they go research for all the sexual gender-based violence where they happen among them and then they champion and then they see the reality and then also they get the spaces where they go able for push for medicine say all the particular issues the way they affect young picking them for will be put to an end. So now part of the empowerment spaces the action they tap into and also we look at the bigger picture we are in we get social justice. You know we want for say not only climate, if all the other issues that we get empowerment, we don't empower education, we see say we get quality education. We can even part of a sponsorship program there. We EU teachers them when they do doing distance learning there. We they empower them for go because we they see say we communities that they suffer for teachers them. Okay. And if we not get qualified and we see self teachers them, we communities they go be let be we pick it and not get quality education. So we they push for all them things that they for see say we pick it they get the right to education and they get a quality education with it and then we the advocates for all necessary let's say necessary activities them or demand them go be shared fairly now with communities.
Continue for the with me now the program in name na Mariana CC Climate Youth Advocacy Coordinator Action Aid Salon.
Yes.
The program they show the continue inside the program they look at another issue. Was the lead prosecution inside Zainab Sheriff in case Yusuf Isaac CCC then satisfied with the decision where Magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja take for sentence the CEO for we duty lapab movement Zainab Sheriff because they believe say the states don't get justice on this matter. Well, for more on this, make we join we reporter Fatuyan JD Pakpa.
We will send a message so nobody now will cheat and say 8 million people and proudly go free. That is how Kode Sanko was acting. Anybody will cheat election and salon, and they act like Kode Sanko and we will deal with them as such.
That na somebody word them with Zainab Sheriff, the CEO and founder for Reduce Tilapa movement, been talk na Atuga Stadium inside January 31 this year. Where this make police been charged them with incitement and the use of threatening language. Where this according to police, they against salon law. And this matter, we don't they come up na court for like 7 terms and all in term ya, the magistrate will be the sit on Paris matter. Been they deny Zainab Sheriff bail. And term reach where the magistrate been adjourn the matter for judgment. But this decision come after where the defense not been agree for carry on with the matter at some point. And after where the magistrate adjourned the matter for judgment, the defense team been write what them call notice of motion for for apply for bail na High Court before Justice Mageba, even where this matter been still in a magistrate court. And this decision for apply for bail na High Court now based on the provision of Section 76, subsection 3 of the Criminal Procedure Act number 8 of 2024. And one part the defense lawyer and party Section 76 inside the Criminal Procedure Act give the High Court power for grant bail pan any matter, even where the matter still in a magistrate court. And he tell the judge say the magistrate will deny in client's bail where he not been dey give any reason. This statement make the state counsel Yusuf Isaac Sise object and talk say the magistrate been dey give reason why in the deny Zainab Sheriff bail, where one pardon reason than that. The convict na been flight risk and now warrant na bring and can court. Justice Mageba, after where he don't listen all the arguments from the defense and the prosecution, himself denied the bail application for one reason where he say the matter still in a magistrate court and that he go give the defense more reason why he deny bail. And right from High Court, this matter run down back na magistrate court, who said the date for final judgment reach when at Tuesday, April 14 this year. But before in passing judgment, the magistrate read all wetin he been record throughout the court proceedings. Who said he may comment on some of the points them where the defense counsel been raised. Where one na that the convict now when a Zainab Sheriff no been point on for nobody inside his statement, and the magistrate say for make incitement occur, no need for point on per person, and safe, and no need for get specific person for come talk say and feel incited after we listen the word, and hence the defendants don't talk word we go encourage or suggest for kill person or do bad thing, don't mean say incitement don't occur. Magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja same say elect complainant not upon this case, but ends person day when they prosecute the matter and he able give evidence in a court, then the court go able convict defendant. After we don't look inside the legal meaning of the word them wey Zainab talk na the video, the magistrate found Zainab Sheriff guilty of the 2 counts charge them when an incitement and threatening language. And he can reach them where the state prosecutor Yusuf Isaac Sise talk na court say then na the prosecution team no they celebrate but then satisfied with the court in decision because they believe say the state don't get justice for this matter, and he suggests say they go want for make the magistrate give the convict sentence when not they below 5 years. And after where the prosecution team don't talk this, it can reach them where the magistrate for campus judgments on this matter. And Zainab Sheriff will be sitting on a ground at the dock and grab Tinap as the magistrate they come decide in fate. And Magistrate Brahmaja, before in passing judgment, ask the defendants and the lawyer if they go get anything for say, like plea mitigation. But RSV right, when the lead defense lawyer upon this matter, tell the magistrate say, in clients, then are the magistrate in hand totally. And as best as in knowledge could serve them, the word where in clients talk, now for defend the constitution. But if it don't be so, let the magistrate decide. Where the defense don't talk this, Magistrate Mustafa Brahmaja talk say the crime where the convict commit na serious one and it gets for do its life, and so he go consider him as waiting in call felonious crime. We making sentence the convict to 4 years per count 1 and 2 months per count 2, and the order say the sentence for run consecutively. After this judgment, the supporter of the Folapa movement, when Zainab Sheriff in advocacy organization, begin cry and talk their own opinion by this matter.
Now, woman with the people there, when see with the woman that will stand for cry for them. But what see they ask for our government for? May they go pardon her for we. Let me tell you, come on, and the payment transport and the canaya and the hope for the best. Don't look how they come up with today. For inside the statement, when not cause any harm, now no money they go jail for.
But waiting go happen to Lapa movement, where the CEO when Zainab Sheriff no get for day for 4 years. The PRO for Lapa movement been get this for say.
The duty go continue. It no get for end. We go continue with mission. The mission is we want for all women them take part for politics. We want women at this ticket here so. We organization on record that anyway. We go continue because it's not gonna be in the game.
and Nasu Fofana, na woman activist, and wetin dis mean to woman dem, in self give in your own opinion.
As you see the woman in the cry now, we're all in tears. But we hope say the law where they use today for Zainab would be used and should be used for any other person will fall within the category of what the law has said.
And now that Zainab Sharif in case don't end for now, after plenty public comments and controversy, usai plenty they say Zainab been word not for put and behind bars. But one thing we clear now na that the law big pass all and indifferent from public opinion. For Radio Democracy and with support from Theodore Arena, me na Fatu Nyang Jibakwa the report.
The program na midday show and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Astige Mariana Sise, Climate Youth Advocacy Coordinator, ActionAid Salon. You don't talk about education, empowerment, inclusive and participatory governance. What do we come to climate justice? Which ActionAid mean by climate justice and how will not work around the area there?
I think Abi don't say this, but let me just repeat it. When we say climate justice, all within you don't do against the climate. Now we want for me you repay your actions there. And how you repay your actions there, now for address the issues them. So ActionAid in work, we get with you we call we global campaign, we now fund our future. So for fund our future, we want for see climate justice. And how we want for see climate justice? Now for me we see all the one them we don't contribute bigger for me we climate change, for me them pay then debts them. So they look at the global north, or down at the global north them. The bigger countries that we get them bigger industries them for me they pay we back for all the destruction the way they don't do. We know say we back the contribution to climate change, but we contribution very minimal. Very, very minimal. They do the greater. Because if you look at Sierra Leone, I don't know if we go count at the bigger industries or we get any bigger agricultural industries that we go contribute to climate change. So we want for them for pay the debts them. And the debts we mean for say that they pay it's a must, not a commitment. And they don't join the Paris Agreement. And the Paris Agreement now for that they pay back the countries them. And we want for me they pay in a way that we self go able to address we issues them where they within we countries them. One, we say they cancel the debts them. How for cancel the debts? Now we as a developing countries, we know say the bigger country we they trust to them. No? We IMF, we don't trust we a lot. So we want all the debts they will get. And they pull up Paris. So we back and they let them give we grants. We know more where they begin they say with the trust, they give you loan. So ActionAid they advocate for me they give we grants and cancel all debts them.
You think that's possible?
It's possible.
How?
Because now they don't put this wahala Paris, and they are part of the commitments where they don't make in Paris. And we want for me to do, let's say, provide grants where just simple as that. Give you grants. Now we're able to address with climate issues. You've made a commitment.
You think providing grants can able to address the issue of climate change, or is it about people out there changing their perception and activities towards the environment?
Yes, so then the campus of your little contributions we get for do. Now that's make we they do it we get with your national and global. So for the national, we they change we mindset, we change we behavior towards the climate. We able for adapt, and how we go adapt, we go into renewable energy, agroecology practice them. So within we won't practice them. At the end of the day, we're able to change. The climate we're able to adapt to the climate change because the climate don't change already, but we go able to adapt to them if we're able for practice things in the day. If we're able for get, let's say, clean cooking, wherein we go use less of charcoal. This is part of our national commitment there as a community, as a citizen. Part of we will play for promote for say we go promote climate justice because we serve them for contribute. But you see them bigger countries, them they owe we big time.
You are a climate change advocate,
yes.
You don't walk around raising awareness about the effects of climate change and how people for ensure say they do things to protect their environment. Mm-hmm. For Sierra Leone case, what's now your perception when it comes to Salon in terms of climate change? You think as a country we we dey in that bad situation?
We dey in the bad situation because for me, I think we still dey in denial. You know, denial for say we activities the way they do now they cause the climate change. We dey in denial for even accept climate change. You know, because if we're not there in denial, you know, we you not go meet policy and tell and say, they are not so dirty and it's already. You not go meet policy and say, oh look, also for costly, or if we court law replace and tell you say that small thing they cause go affect climate change, you know. So we still there in denial. And unless we able for accept for say yes, there is climate change, we go able for move forward for demand climate justice. So but we dey at the path, because if I tell you say we get a lot of partners the way they do on climate change, and if they see the actions them, even to us we commitments them as a nation, we NDC, we national adaptation plan them, all the actions the way the government as well as development partners that they do, we they are the pathways. So it just left to me and you for accept the change, and then we will able for it climate change.
What's in the Action Aid objective in all of this?
We objective now for me we just see the justice be served, fair distribution, equity. You know say we get with vulnerable communities where they feel the pitch of climate change. May they get all the necessary supports we will make them safe for stand firm for mitigate and adapt to climate change. Now that's what we want for see. We now the voice of the communities there. We want we community for get fair distribution of resources, and therefore be the part of the process. We want for me to be included in the process, not for just say we assume say that community now this they need, but therefore they part of the decision, therefore they part of all these processes.
Community inclusion, very key.
Yes.
Engaging people out there in the communities, they're more like young people, them very important.
Yes.
But again, you get the policy makers, you get the decision makers.
Yes.
How Action Aid they engage with those people at the top for ensure say they make policies or take decisions we go sort of and protect the environment?
So we commitment towards climate justice not only rely for work with the community, but we they partner with the ministries them. We key to them processes then we know they left them behind. We even get a project we just done we now for promote CSOs participation into policy processes them, where we collaborate with EPAs, and not only for that project that we always the work with EPA for make we see say we ensure for safe the policies them we go speak towards climate change, climate justice, where we communities then say the voices then go hard, we all the work one in one. So whenever we get let's say a discussion we key into policy formulation or processes, we collaborate with them, we call them into a room, we get a conference meeting, we get a one-on-one, and even the parliament we had the decision and Ministry of Climate Environment, we invite them. There this projects we just done with the Irish Aid, we even invite them into the room so that they go there into their places, then the way the communities then they speak their voices, then so they will see say these policies not only for formulating but it will be implemented and enforced, and then the community for the part of them processes then they voice them for be heard, not for just they up there for make all the decision, but we go around and you can see say EPO that they do them consultation, and when they do them consultation for let's say they are going to enact or any policies the way they want for do, then they invite partners there, and we they part of all those consultations for we say for all contribute.
As we round up the program, what will be your message out there to people where they listen to you as well as watch you in terms of things that we them for do for CC when you know go unbug the environment?
Okay, so me your message now for me we see say as Sierra Leoneans we for work together. Make we not see development as a one-man business, and we for no say we all get a role for play as much as development partners that they push, that they advocate for change, that they advocate for law we see say developments can we way, and also for let climate justice be served, but we also get a role for play. Now we only to environment therefore ensure for say we secure them, because if you don't, let's say for instance, if you don't cut all the stick then now you compound, now you get for feel the heat, now you get for feel the pitch before ever developments they carry away. So we only to practice the what we do, so that when the big development they come, it will meet you, and we not go only make resources, then now we will scatter, but it will go for the right purpose. So me and you get something for play, and now we not left with women and young people they behind. They're all for the part of the process.
Okay. One for say plenty. Thank you to Mariana Cisse, Climate Youth Advocacy Coordinator, ActionAid Salon, for where you take your time for be part of the program today.
Thank you so much for when I get me here today.
Well, because of time now, so we go bring down the curtain for today's edition of the program Midday Show. Plenty thank you to my producer, Theodore Arena, and also DJ Schoolface for technical support, Mary Kamara Bangura. We make on see we live now with social media platform. So till we meet again, me and Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.